Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome to a ship review today. Now today we are taking a look at the Starfarer. This is one I've been waiting for probably since the sort of start of the game really. I mean a good few years, and to get it in the hangar, super excited. I actually own this ship myself, although I'm actually using somebody else's account today. And yeah, not disappointed guys, it's way bigger than I first thought. There's two types of Starfarer currently. We've got the standard Starfarer and also the Gemini. Now the difference between the two, one's a sort of a military frontliner, which is the Gemini. The standard one has around about 1,000 more cargo units, minus a little bit of shields and firepower. Let's take a look around it. First of all, this is quite a sort of a, dare I say, quite a big milestone for Star Citizen. This is one of the biggest ships in-game as it stands. It is absolutely massive, and there is a few bugs. Let's just get the bad stuff out of the way first of all. There's no shadows to start off with. There's a bug in this patch at the moment where you can't adjust the colour of, the saturation gamma and so on. And also it does appear to be, I don't know if it's them boxes it's actually resting on there. Oh yeah, look, I think it is, look. Just need to move them boxes out of the way. This is an extended hangar to actually make it actually fit, because obviously the standard hangars you can't get a ship in this big. And let's take a look around and see what we've got. Right, well, you can see the cockpit up there. I'll just like, if you look at me compared to the actual ship here. I look very, very small compared to the ship. It's absolutely massive. You can definitely get lost inside. Well, you get used to it after a while once you've been running around a bit. Let's have a look at the front first of all. The cockpit is very similar obviously to the Freelancer series. The only, well, the plus side is they've moved the bars. I critiqued the Freelancer for having poor visibility. I'm fine with poor visibility in a huge tanker like this. That's acceptable, I think that's fine. We'll take a look when we get upstairs anyway in a bit, right? Side mounted weapons, pretty beefy, as you can see. I like this sort of aluminium look, it looks pretty nice. Some absolutely massive landing legs. Now from what I can see, there's only one way actually in. And that is, oh, it's a shame they didn't have another way in here. Is actually by the rear cargo door. I'm fine with that. It would have been handy to maybe have a door here. I mean, there is actually a docking collar here. It would have been nice maybe that to have been a lift, maybe. I mean, even for the captain, do you know what I mean? Because you have to actually run around the back and run through all the corridors to actually get there. That's the only downside, really. Landing legs, absolutely massive there. Bit of a beast. Have to sort of stand back. I mean, even this hangar, this to be fair, is actually too small, really. Just about fits, doesn't it? Moving down the back here, this is where we've got all the containers. Fuel containers, or they're really liquid containers, aren't they? Because they can carry multiple different types of liquids. Absolutely massive. Now, one thing obviously we can't really appreciate right now is actually the mechanics of these arms and how they actually work. Can refine the fuel as well. It's very, very nice. You can see the engines up there. The engines are probably the same size as the next biggest ship in the game. Oh dear, we can't actually get up there because that's, I did try, but unfortunately not. Now the only thing I noticed on this, I mean I know it's not finished yet, but the detail does look really good, but obviously once you start getting close, things just let it down a little bit. I know it's not completed yet, I'm hoping that maybe, I understand, this is very, very complicated when you get something this big and having this much detail, and when you're dealing with polys. I'm getting a solid, 65, 70 FPS with one R9290, so I'm thinking, I think they can crank this up a little bit more. I think shadows, once shadows have been added, I think it will look a lot better. The fact there's no shadows at the moment, you don't get any depth of what we're looking at. Looks very complicated on that sort of section there. I'm just having a look at that to see how that actually works. Alright, I see. Looks like them three arms sort of unlock, couldn't they? Quite interested to see how the unloading and loading works. We'll have to wait and see later on. Just pop over here. Now you've got two turrets two manned turrets on the rear there, which is pretty good. I think that's obviously the only downside with that is they are down facing, which is not the end of the world, I suppose. The further to the rear they are, I suppose, the better, I guess, because then obviously you might better look up slightly. It's protecting the cargo area. Another throttle engine up there, you can see that. What else we got? Let's have a look around here. Stand back a bit. Actually, this is a better side because we can get further over here. That's a better view, isn't it? Wow, looks incredible, doesn't it? Really like it. Really pleased with it. When I actually purchased the Starfarer, guys, when I originally saw the concept art, I wasn't aware of the cargo hold. Because it didn't make it, well, you'll see what I mean in a minute. When we saw the first concept art, we saw the crew compartment and the captain's compartment, and it almost looked like the interior was about the same size as a freelancer, maybe like double the size. Oh no, this thing... oh dear, it's absolutely massive inside. Anyway, right, let's head towards the entrance anyway, over here. Now this is pretty cool. It comes out a bit fast, but I don't know, maybe it's normal. It nearly took me out, hang on. Look, check the handrails, look. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Do like that, must admit. I was pretty impressed. I did open the door a few times to see that a couple more times, actually. I like the materials they've looked. I think they've used these materials because it is that sort of transportation, you know, it's going to get abused and it's going to be, you know, do millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of miles, isn't it, if you know what I mean? And it's going to be a proper workhorse. Got gantry up there as well. Like I said, once all the shadows have added, I think they'll make it a lot... I mean, also, once we can use AA as well in-game, because we do get a few Jaggeries at 1900 by 1080. 1440s looks fantastic, but obviously, the people with 1080, it does look a bit, I don't know, a bit jaggy. Moving inside. This is, it's quite interesting, actually, because when you stand here, we've got a door here, you can see the door's going to come out here, but it's almost like something here. If I can actually shut the door without me standing here. Not a pretty good idea, but... There's actually there is actually a lip here, isn't there? Check this out, look at this, look. If that door's shut, no one's getting in, are they? Do we wonder why they had the lip here? Bit odd, isn't it? Really work that out. Probably stuck here now, aren't I? Oh, okay. We'll just go and press the button. I wonder if I press the button from here. Oh, we get to see it again, don't we? Do like that. Looks very good, isn't it? Very impressive. So, once you're in, this is where it all starts. Now, let's close this door up. Let's have a look at that door one more time while we're closing. I suppose it has to be pretty beefy, doesn't it? Because that is, you know, it's the exterior of the ship there. People are going to be shooting that direction. If you come under attack, obviously. So this is a cargo room, basically. I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, you could fit obviously could fit a ship in here. I don't know how that's actually going to work, like in practice, but lighting in here is much better. There's quite a bit of work to be done on this ship. I think that what my take is I think all the blocks are there, but a lot of the lighting, it needs a lightning pass. Here, it's fine, but some of the other rooms, particularly, I know that it's a sort of a temporary placement in this hangar. You know, that needs sorting out as well, anyway. Now, they started using these new materials as well. I must admit, I do like them and do look pretty cool. And I imagine that that's some sort of, you know, heat sort of thing you get on a boiler. Actually, say something on the side there. Oh, some sort of, you know, insulation maybe, obviously. We've got some buttons and stuff here. I'm hoping that the micro game here is going to be really cool, and, you know, I was thinking earlier, but I'm seeing these panels everywhere around the ship, and you see them all over the place. When there's an issue, how do you know which one to go to? Do you have like a hand scanner and it guides you the way, or do you just have to know where the panels are? You know, and that's going to be very interesting, isn't it? If you have to know where they are, I mean, I'm still getting lost already. I like these lights as well. Look at this on that sort of glass floor. They look really cool, don't they? It's very, very nice. A lot of cupboards here, some storage compartment over here, and we sort of got this gantry that runs around inside there, sort of the, how dare I say this, well, it's the hangar sort of stroke storage area. I wonder if I can actually, oh, I can't turn my torch on. I was going to have a torch and have a look up there, but I don't think we can. So, many doors on this ship. It does sort of run in parallel, so you've got like east and west side are the same, you know, but they've just got the same thing on either side. So we can start by, let's go this way. Why not? First door. pop upstairs, which is probably going to cause some confusion because I'm probably going to come into... Let's have a look where I come out at. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so from here you actually get a bit of a view downstairs. It's a bit weird. It looks almost like it's double glazed. I know it's glitching out a little bit. It's a little weird window, isn't it? I still don't like all this scratchy stuff. I know it's a cargo hauler, but we don't need scratchy glass like that. It looks like something like Alien, that someone's been locked in here and scratching their nails at the window. It's not that realistic why it would be scratchy, would it? Because no, you walk past it, you don't scratch it, do you? This is the gantry where we were outside a couple of minutes ago. You can obviously walk down here. What the sort of micro game is going to be here, I mean, we do have pads, so you can actually come and have a look at each one of the containers to see how they are. I'm making the assumption, I mean, you would have thought it would have been pretty obvious, you should better get this information inside the ship. Let's hope. Unless you have to come out here. Now you can see what I mean about the lighting and shadows here, but I think once all that's added in, it adds a lot more depth and make it look a lot better, because at the moment it just looks a bit flat, as in, you know, like I said, I'd rather have it now than actually wait. And you've got these more panels and go right to the back here. We're in space now, so you will be EVAing here, hopefully with your mag boots. We've got an access panel here as well. So I suppose the process would be, is once you're out here with your mag boots on and your EVA suit, you've got two ways you can actually go. You can go in this door, right, which takes you in here, and then you can go... It's sort of double air. I think it makes sense that you've got like a 3 doors before you actually go into the actual main part of the ship. The only downside, if you do come that way and you've got an EVA suit on, I'm assuming there should be some sort of penalty. If you're walking inside with an EVA suit and you're not actually in space, you would have thought you would be walking extremely slow and it'd be very annoying. So probably the route you probably would come is this way. On face value, it looks like a shower, but it's not. It is a lift, and if I can get the button working... Let's try the other one. I did mess about with that one earlier and I've struggled a little bit. There we go. Is he going to do it? Come on. No, it don't want to play, does it? Let's try this one over here. I don't think it wants to... don't think it wants to play, does it? Let's try again. Nope. No, it's going to work. Well, anyway, that is actually a lift. Let's see if we can give it one more try around here. Try different angles. It might be trying to click and press a button on the other side, and this is only a first implementation of it. If we can get the lift to work, it would be nice, and it's not going to work anyway. So, that actually takes you up there and into another room that... We're going to go around that way anyway, so we'll come back to that. It takes you in another room with EVA suits and stuff like that, but we'll have a look at that. It's no problem. Let's pop this way. Some cool door there. See, I'm not sure. These things actually... Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that. Check that out. Look at the freight. Look at the bottom one. Look. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? Is that like some sort of cargo one or something? Slightly different, doesn't it? Very interesting. And we're back out on the gantry again. So we've had a look through that way. Around the other side now. I'll pop around that side. Just keep you on this floor. Could do with a bit of a lighting up here. I don't know if there's any light. There is lights here. It's a bit dark in some places. Not an issue, I suppose. So we've got two ways we can go here. We've got this way, which we won't go that way just as yet. Let's have a look down here. Let's try and stay on this floor. This is the... Actually, just before we go to that one, I think we've pretty much covered off most things. Okay, yeah. We've covered off most on that way. Now, to actually get into the actual cockpit area, it's actually up here. Sort of got this small interim doorway with an airlock. I mean, obviously, this is mainly for, you know, abandoned ship sort of scenario. If you want to get out, come down here. The pod's a bit odd. I mean, I did look at them. I mean, they're coffins, really. That's what you're getting ejected in a coffin, let's be honest. There's no creature comforts there, is there? Straight in there and you just fired out in space. But, hey, not the end of the world, is it? How many we got? We've got 6 of these anyway, so... I mean, you could... It doesn't have to be necessarily the crew. I suppose it... What I mean is the people piloting the ship. It could be some people coming this way and just want to escape quickly. Will they reload as well? I mean, once all 7 have actually ejected, is it gone? Do you have to go like back to the station and like reload it or something? We'll have to wait and see. And here we are. This is where it all happens. Now, we've very similar sort of style to the Freelancer series, obviously being the same manufacturer. It's pretty cool. Quite a few seats there. Captain seats quite far back. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, he's not flying the ship, is he? He's sort of captaining it. These guys are flying it, arming the weapons. I'm assuming these guys will be managing tanks by the looks of it. Sort of similar sort of displays that we saw earlier. Making the assumption that there's going to be a pop-up screen there, or that back whole window is going to be a screen, it would sort of make sense. Same over here as well. Oh, actually, we've got. Oh, I'm assuming he uses this seat. Let's jump in. Yep, not much to see here. So it's clearly going to be a display that comes up there. And then we got this seat. We sit in this one yet? I think that what this one needs, isn't it? I don't know what you guys think. You know, from that arm there, it needs sort of like a big, you know, 20-inch display that when you sit in the seat, it sort of wraps around, folds out in front of you or something. I don't know. Or maybe it is just a, you know, you're sitting in there pressing a few buttons. I don't know. Let's get in the one of the two sort of cockpit seats. Now, I mean, I'm fine with this, you know. The screen's a bit odd. I mean, is it double glazed, guys? I can't quite make it out. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's almost like it could be double glazed. Just looks a bit odd. Even when you're looking around, it's almost like there's a plastic film over the front. Animations look good though. All the character models is looking much, much better now. This fun looks a bit odd, but let's jump out. Can't see any displays. It's like most things, really. Until you get in game, you can turn the engine on. You can't really see the displays. Where's window? It does look like a film, doesn't it? I think so. It looks like there's an outer layer as well. Could be. I like these little windows you get here as well. Old scratchy effects made a reappearance there. We've got a little door there as well. Got another seat over here. There's no point jumping in it. We've just seen what that does. Well, I appear to be stuck. Oh, there we go. A little jump does it. Detail looks good. I see little bugs here and there, but I mean, the base foundations are here. I mean, it just needs a bit of a lighting pass here and there. A few bits sorted out. Be pretty ready to go. Be interesting to see how they do these doors later on, because when you walk near them, the door's obviously open. I mean, that's alright to some point, but if you have a breach, how does that work? You walk towards the door and the door opens and, you know, you'll die. I mean, is it buttons or do they automatically lock? Can't get any of these yet. Not that I want to, because I wouldn't like to be in a coffin, really. Medical kit, which obviously you're going to be able to use as well, very much like in the PTU at the moment. Pretty horrible, really, guys, isn't it? See you later. Fit in alright, actually. I daren't do an insert and have a look, because you know what happening, it'll mess up. These little pods as well. I'm assuming these are going to be storage containers, maybe. So this section's pretty good. I mean, we saw concept art of this quite a while ago, I think, didn't we? And then we've got another display here. Could be one of many things, this one. I mean, this could be what you've got in the cargo hold, or this could also be... It has got a picture of them tanks there again, so... I mean, they're obviously just a placeholder anyway. Now, okay, so... Next up on the agenda is... Still learning... Oh, okay. Pair of steps. Now that... What does that happen there? That happens a couple of times. We're going to go up here anyway, because it's just happened. And that's really quite annoying as well. I mean... I like collision steps, you know, when you walk towards a step and you get that, it automatically starts climbing to some extent. The only downside is you saw what can happen there. You can just be walking down a corridor and then all of a sudden you start climbing the steps, so... Okay, so, let's have a look. Let's head down to the back first. Now, you do have these little gangways all around the place, like left and right. Now, in here, it's almost like Star Trek. Do you know when they had the conduits? And inside the conduits, that's where you've got all the modules, the heat sinks, you know, you get the idea. Making the assumption that that's going to be that sort of mini-game aspect of it. We have a appears to be more escape pods, slightly different ones to the other ones. Don't look any bigger, do they? Doors look a bit different. I'm going to go that way in a second, but I wonder if we can... we can have a look at the... this is pretty cool. Very similar to what we saw in the Idris, actually. This is obviously the reactor. And we saw, if you've seen the Idris video, the engine room, the one on the Idris was a lot bigger in this one. Looks pretty cool. Once all these things whirring and electricity is coming off it, could actually be the gravity generator. More likely, actually. That's more likely it is the gravity generator, isn't it? I think the other one, which is... Actually, jumping off topic. Here's these lifts, guys. This is where we could try to get in earlier. No, I won't try and do it, because you know what will happen. I'll go down, I won't be able to get back up again, and then I'll struggle to get back around again. Got the use button. No, don't do it. But anyway, that's where it comes out. So normally what you do is come from that back deck. You would get out here, still being, in EVA mode, and then you would put your EVA suits in one of these cupboards, I suppose. You get in, and then maybe door shuts and something happens. You would have to decompress this room, wouldn't you? Because if you take your EVA suit off now, then theoretically you're going to still be EVAing, aren't you? So maybe that you come in here, and there's like a, I don't know, some sort of like decompression cycle that happens, and then once that happens, you then go inside and, hang your suit up and then get changed, whatever. Got lifts on both sides. There was lift on both sides down the bottom there. And then that's the room we just come in. Now what else we got? We've got more. Actually, just quickly. That's we're going to run back down the way we just come. Now this is going to take you. This runs parallel on both sides. This is taking you to the actual gun. You can actually see out. Once again, nice scratchy window. Be pretty cool once you're in space, wouldn't it? You'd better see people out there floating about and doing stuff and working, I guess. And then into the gunner seat, which is just here. You can see you're gonna fly down there. Can't actually get in yet. There's no actually use button. It looks pretty finished, I'm not quite sure why. Maybe the gun animation's not done or something, but from what I can see, I mean, that looks pretty much done to me. Maybe it was just a case of that it has not been plugged in. Two of these. There's one on the left and one on the right side. Another little conduit thing there, which is over this side. Oh, this is a bit odd. Look. Well, it's a room inside of a room. You look here, you can see over the top there. Inside is... I don't know, is it a reactor? We can actually get in that room by going around here, I believe. Here we go. Probably the reactor, isn't it? If that's the gravity generator, it does look like some sort of power source, doesn't it? Looks really cool, doesn't it? I mean, it looks... It's a proper standalone item, isn't it? You can see that is a proper standalone item. It's not going to be cheap to buy one of them, is it? So it's got 1 and 2. You can't actually you can't get down the side of it. Everything's going to be controlled by this panel. Is that going to take us upstairs? No, this is the sort of dead end corridor bit. Maybe this is going to give you some more. It looks the information about the tanks again. This is just this room inside of a room. If you're going to contain something inside of a room, it's got to be pretty dangerous. So my assumption is that is definitely power. And then another sort of long gantry going down to the other gun, and there is a couple of or one other sort of gangway or tube system down there as well. You can actually, there's ladders going down to different levels as well. Another one here. God, if we have to interact with all these panels, it's going to be blooming crazy, isn't it? Hopefully, I don't know what's an acceptable amount. Do we want all of them or not? I don't know. And this is actually, so we can actually get in this lift here. This one actually works. There we go. This takes you up to the next deck. This one is more living. Well, it's the living area. That's the top-mounted gun, which you can get in, the big boy. I don't think we can actually get in that either. Looks like it's pretty finished as well. not a bad sort of loadout. I mean, you got that gun there. You got the front-facing guns, which we know are going to be really good because they're very good on the Freelancer. And also you got the rear-facing guns. And my take on this ship goes: if you could buy this ship, there's two sort of players you could be. You know, if you're going to do the space trucking in safe space, UE space, and you're just going to haul, you know, back and forward, then that extra 1,000 units, I mean, that's 1,000 units. There's a lot of units. Well, it's actually 970 something or other. It's a lot more to take than not having it. Is appealing to me, so that's why I went for this one over the Gemini. I'm not too keen. There's enough guns on this for me to make more money, I'm hoping, than maybe having the guns. But saying that, I suppose if you want to do frontline support and there's a big battle and you want to go frontline, then obviously having the guns and having the extra armor, because if the enemy are intelligent, they will try and take out your supply line. You would have thought so, wouldn't you? It's all around here. So much to look at, isn't there, guys? I mean, I'm not saying I'm skimming over it, but there's lots to go through. I think lighting in here definitely sorting out. I mean, there is a little bug at the moment, but you can't actually adjust the saturation and everything, so I can't actually turn it down. It's very, very bright. Very detailed. That looks like a coffee machine or something. I don't know, maybe that's another one there, who knows. Or maybe they're replicators. Obviously that's a standard display, because we're seeing that everywhere, so that sort of just contradicts everything really I just said, really, isn't it? So that's... The displays we probably looked at could be anything, we have to wait and see. There's some sort of rubbish dispenser there. It's actually pretty detailed considering, you know, not a massive amount's going to be going on here, really, is it? Well, I suppose there might be. Nice skylight there as well. That's actually at the very top of the ship, isn't it? We can jump through the roof. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And round here, now this is the captain's quarters. We have the rest of the crew around the other side. We'll take a look at that in a second. So this is where I would be, guys. I'm not too keen on my duvet. I'm about 6'2", so I might have to get a new blanket now. It looks slightly uncomfortable. I like a comfy bed, guys. So look around here. It comes with quite... I mean, it's all self-contained here. You've got your own towels. Nice sink area. Toilet. Toilet actually doubles up as a shower. Got the shower head there as well. Barcode thing there. It's obviously a... No, I don't know what that is. Oh, you get a nice window here. They are. See, they aren't double glazed, isn't it? I mean, they're all just armoured or something. That's weird, isn't it? You can see there, look. You can see there's definitely a window and a window. Unless that is a slotted window. Could be. Lots of screens going on here. No seat. So this is one place you stand up. Some nice panels here. I mean, I'm assuming I'll be able to obtain most of the information I need. Like a chair. I'd prefer, like, to sit here and have maybe 4 screens or something. Would be pretty cool. Oh, look, what's that there? Oh, I'm stuck. I've got something there. Okay, have to go around this way. I mean, this is... What we're on here, guys, we're on the level of a game, you know what I mean? It's crazy when you think about it, isn't it? It's almost like a level, isn't it? We've got some wine here. Seems to have got a funny step going on here. I'm not quite sure what that is. Stay over here. Got a wine rack there. Some other stuff there. Another cupboard here. Tray system here. Lots going on in here. No escape pod though, guys. I would have liked to have had an escape pod in my my office. Oh dear. I'm not saying I'll be the first one out the door by any means. Okay, so we have... That's the 2 access areas, and then over here takes you into the crew quarters. Now it's 7 crews, so it's a relatively big crew. Have to be in all in the same bed, so you're gonna be sleeping next to each other. So it's the downside. Lots of detail. The lighting here is actually really good. Actually, I like the lighting in here. Done a good job. You can see that when you get the lighting right in a game and you do it well, it transforms the areas. I think this looks fantastic. Really, really. Whoever's done this has done a really, really nice job with the lighting there. I like these floor lights as well. It just adds so much. You can add so much to an area by having good lighting, you know. And it's just, if we could turn all the lighting off on, you know, one particular ship inside and then turn it on, and it just transforms things when you get it right. It looks fantastic. All panels here, lots going on. It looks like there's some seating bench there, Mike. Manual release. I wonder if there's a button here. Lots of stuff going on. My take is look, we're seeing these buttons everywhere. We know that they're removing the CryEngine button system. You know what I mean? I can't... The little arrow thing, that's CryEngine. That's going to be removed from the game, but it's apparently it's not a particularly easy thing to remove from the game. So I imagine that these smaller buttons that... I was thinking the other day, what do you think about taking control of the cursor while you're standing there and then clicking on it? I don't know. Maybe that might be, if you're in a rush, a bit of a pain, but, you know, anyway. In this centre section, I think that's pretty... Oh, we didn't actually... The only thing... They do actually get their own toilets as well, which is here. Ladies and gents. Both of them here. Showers, usual sort of stuff. And around this side, exactly the same. Nicely detailed. That's incredibly detailed, actually. That sink, doesn't it? That plug hole looks crazy. There we go. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really matter. There's not a door there, is there? I was going to say, you would probably want a door there, wouldn't you? Because it might, you know, it is the toilets at the end of the day. Maybe there is one there. And then back in here. There is some other little cubby-hole areas, and you can actually run around in. We can actually go and you'll see these. I mean, walk to climb at the moment is actually better. I think is a better option than the current CryEngine system. You know what I mean? Because getting down that ladder would have been really difficult. Just walk into it and get down, and makes it, you know, considerably a lot easier. There is actually stairways you can take between these areas as well. You don't have to take the way that I just went. So there's all sorts of different ways you can actually take it. Some people might decide to take it through the vents. You don't have to. It does add quite a cool mechanic to the game where you think that, you know, you come under attack and could be people climbing inside the vents and crawling towards you, coming through the venting system. So what I mean is there's more than one route to take to one particular location. You know, you could. There's a couple of ways you could actually take that route, and what that means is if you do get boarded, then, you know, they could be coming in who knows, multiple ways. Particularly if they came in here. So, I'm very impressed with the ship, guys. It's not a disappointment at all for me. If anything, I feel like I've got a lot more than I actually sort of expected. I did not expect to get this much, guys. No way. This is way more than I expected. It's yeah, on another level. Now, this is actually the last part, guys. This is the actual docking area. Suits coming in here. This actually opens, actually. I can actually open this. Pretty cool. Very responsive, actually, unlike some of the other doors. Works very well. Like that. Pretty cool. Making the assumption you'd be EVAing in here, you know, and then getting out. Well, say that because unless a ladder comes up, could do. Then once you're in here, pretty much it, really. Lighting's quite nice in here. We've got this funny flicker in there, probably need to sort out. Into the back section. So, what do I think of the ship? Obviously, I'm going to be a bit biased here, guys, because obviously I own one. Would I recommend it? It's such a cool ship, guys. There's so much to this that meets the eye, isn't there? I mean, we're looking at it in quite a primitive form, and what I mean is the mini-game hasn't been added to it, you know, looking at the particular areas of consoles, computers, crawlways, all these sort of things you can do on the ship outside of actually flying and gathering fuel. It's one of them ones where I think it's a game within itself, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's a game within itself, just having this ship. You're playing a whole new, pretty much you're flying a level yourself for a start. All depending on, you know, AI or real players you have on board. But we'll have to wait and see. Although it does say 7 players, are you actually going to need 7 players? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.